Hey everybody, it's Charity Ohlund at Fountain Mortgage, back with this week's Future Proof. It's the end of the year. Happy holidays. Our office is all decked out. Hope you all are having a great end of year, and this is the time when we're all looking back at what we accomplished or maybe didn't accomplish in 2021 and setting our goals for 2022. So that got me to thinking about one of the most important things that we're talking about here as a marketing team is our follow-up strategy. So today we're talking about 5 ways to massively improve your follow-up results. So many of us are very familiar with tracking our end result, right? Our closed deals, our funded loans, we're very familiar with that. We're also very familiar with that typical sales funnel, all of your opportunities being up at the top, filtering down to those funded deals or closed deals. So we track that really well, but how much could we move the needle on that bottom portion of the funnel if we paid more attention to the middle or top half? So instead of tracking just closed rates, could we talk about setting down a strategy, which is what we're doing here at Fountain Mortgage, to track also things like appointments scheduled and appointments kept? The math that we've done, and you can find this online if you do your own research, is that just a 20% increase in that top of funnel can impact your bottom line or your closed deals by up to 40%. So is it worth it? Absolutely. Let's dig in on how to do that. So the first thing I want to talk about in our follow-up strategy is the number of times that you contact your leads, the increasing that contact number. We have seen lots of data. There's tons of data out there on sales books and materials on the web that say more contact is better, but how much is too much? Well, specific to real estate, you have about a 48% success rate after one call, and that goes up after each call. For example, on call number 3, you're going to have an 81% better chance of closing that client than if had you only called once. And on call number 6, a 93% better chance of closing that deal than if you'd only called once. Now here's the bad news. As contact numbers go up, contact attempts go down, which means after 1 call or 2 calls, most people are dropping out. But this research shows and the data shows that 6 is your magic number. 6 contacts over the phone, and we'll talk about other contact rates here in a minute, is your magic number. Over 6, yes, does get to be annoying, but that inner voice that's telling you after 1 or 2 calls, oh, they're not interested, don't listen to that voice because it's not true. That contact attempt rate should go up if you want to increase your follow-up results. So equally important to your number of contact attempts, we're going to go into number 2 now, which is talking about the ways that you're contacting your leads. For example, email. We all use it. We all love it. We all hate it equally, I think. But email has about a 20% open and read rate. Now compare that to text. Text has a 98% open and read rate. Tweets, about 30% of your audience is going to see a tweet that you send. And here's something that's a little bit surprising. Only 12% of your target audience is going to see those Facebook posts. Remember, that Facebook algorithm is really working against you for the most part. So think about the contact attempts and the way that you're contacting them. It should be a mixture of those strategies, and text is really taking the lead, but when used correctly. Obviously, we don't want to bombard people with text. There are ways to do it, which is authentic and effective at that 98% rate. The third effective way to increase your follow-up results is how you time your communications. People have already done this research for you, and I'm going to share it with you today. So the best day for emails is Thursdays. If you've noticed, we send our agent partners our weekly email, usually on a Thursday. Sometimes it sneaks into Friday, but Thursday has a 29% better open rate than the worst day for email, which is Monday. So if you're doing marketing or lead follow-up on Monday, don't send emails on Monday. And then for calls, Thursday is also the best day. That has a 49% better result than the worst day for calls, which is Tuesday. So think about the timing of the content you're sending out, the type of content you're sending out, and when it's going to be best effective. Number 4, use a variety of types of content to expand your message. So we all know this, but sometimes we have trouble coming up with that content, but it should be a multi-layered, multifaceted approach. You want to use everything from your CRM to make sure that nothing's falling through the cracks to, as we talked about, texts, emails, blog posts, videos. You need to really expand your content because not every follow-up needs to be about asking for the sale. Number 5 is always get an agreement on the next step with your prospect. So we're all in sales. If you have a great meeting and a great follow-up, you've had a good call, they've responded to an email, they've responded to a text, but you have no next step, then you have unfortunately failed as a salesperson. This is a dance between the two of you. You could dance all day, but if that person's not dancing back with you, it is not truly advancing towards that closed deal. So make sure when you do contact these prospects on your list that when you talk, you say, I'm going to follow up with you again in 2 weeks. Is that all right? Or maybe they tell you their timeline is further out. They're not going to look for a home for another 6 months. Great. I'll check in on 3 months or check back in with you about 3 months from now. Does that sound right? So we can see where you are in the process. You'll know if that's a yes or no, so you can adjust your strategy accordingly. I hope these 5 tips help you. I hope we have the best 2022 together. Thank you so much for partnering with us in 2021. We've enjoyed working with each and every one of you. Our marketing team is always here, as we say every week. If you need help or want to talk strategy, we would love to do that with you. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.